Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Hey, we're gonna go talk about some stuff. I'm waiting for you to come over and see me over there. Come on, let's go. Hey, how you doing, Will? Just in time prepping. How's everybody doing this morning? I just wanted to have a little bit of talk this morning about how you would protect your home, if you're gonna bug in. I've been talking in some chat rooms and whatnot, and we've all kind of put the ideas together and thought I'd just kind of put it out there for you guys so that maybe you could help me understand it even more so, So before we get started, I want to give some shout outs to some folks. My channel's been growing, and I try to shout out to people that come to my channel and help us out a lot here. So we're going to be, I got here that we have right now, we have 66 subscriptions, and that we're about 34 subscriptions away till we give that big giveaway that I've been advertising for a while now. So I want to give some shout outs to a guy. Here's one guy called Texas Prepper 86. If you haven't had a chance to get over there to check his channel out, go do it, and subscribe to his channel for me, will you please? Thanks. He'd really need it. Another one is Abandoned New Zealand. So as you can imagine, he's from New Zealand, so he would like for you to come over and check him out if you get a chance. Another one is Gators World, ZT Survival, Prepper Bob. All these guys could really use you guys to go over there, give them a thumbs up, and subscribe to their channel. Another one is Mark Willis. This is my favorite. He's my mentor. I always give him a shout out because he's sort of the one that kept me going when I wanted to give up. So it's Step 1 Survival. That's Staff Sergeant Badass. We give him a big thumbs up. Another one is Wes S. He's a really cool guy also. I've been hanging out with around his stuff for a while. He has some pretty good stuff. Finger Lake Prepper, another nice guy. Been hanging out with him also. He's got some good ideas of hanging out. He did an audio book, and it was really super fantastic. Hoople's Cat. This gentleman, he's from Canada, and he always has some pretty good content, so go check him out. Southern Arc Homestead. This lady is pretty good. She raised her kids by herself, and she has some pretty good stuff. So I watched her put up a ham antenna all by herself. Well, she filmed it. Her daughter filmed it, but she did the work. It was pretty good. Another one is Throttle Up Prepper. This guy is pretty good. He is legally blind, but he still keeps on keeping on. Another one is Viking Preparedness, and most of us know that's Pastor Joe. He is really good at what he does. Another one is Trey Ezel. Another one's Privateer Prepper, and the last one for today will be Savage Survival. So if you guys get a chance, go check these guys out. They're all really good. As we know, there's a lot of prepping channels out there, and we all kind of got to stick together. So if you get a chance, go check them out, give them a thumbs up, subscribe to their channel. They'd really appreciate it. So that's what I have. So let's get back to my dilemma, I guess, preparing your house. If you're going to bug in, you want to prepare your house so that if you come under attack, then you're going to be able to protect yourself for one, but your loved ones overall. So That's a big thing, you know, and we were talking about it online. Everybody had their own little ideas, but, you know, I came up with the idea of putting shutters up like the old days, and then just having like see-through holes, you know, how the old timers put rifles through there to shoot at the Indians and stuff. Well, that was my idea for bugging in, but for bugging out, my son and I have been working on the bug out location in case we should have to leave here. That we already have shutters up. It's not just the little boards either, they're thick boards, and that's so that you can look through the cracks and still be able to pick off the bad guys, so to speak. And they're the thicker boards, so the bullets have to be pretty powerful to go through them. I have a puppy, so he's down there trying to act tough. You know, you're going to have to get to that bug out location. You know, if you're going to bug in and then all of a sudden you have to bug out, you may want to think about taking some extra clothes with you and put them into the bag or whatever. But not only that, just layer up too. Have a bunch of clothes on, so, you know, if you have to, you can always take them off when you get where you're going and still have extra clothes. But you should take extra clothes in the bag as well, you know. Another thing is you should make sure that any of the medications that you take are in your bag. Because if you take medications, if you're old, the older you get, the more your body depends on medications to keep going. So you want to make sure that you keep your medications in your bug out bag so that when you get where you're going, you've got what you need. As I say, my son and I go work on the bug out location a couple of times a year. You guys hear me talk about it all the time, but I have medications there too. But if I was going to go there, I would still take my medications from here, throw them in the bag and go with them so I'd have more, because shit hits the fan, guess what? You're not really gonna have access to that stuff, so you want to make sure that you have that stuff to take care of yourself. Flashlights are pretty important. Everybody, you know, the new guys, whatever, they all talk about getting lots of flashlights, lots of batteries. Over time now, I've learned that, yeah, I have some flashlights and they do take batteries, and I do collect a few batteries, but you know what I've really learned to do is to either get a solar flashlight or even one of those wind-up flashlights that produce energy that way, because if you don't have batteries, you don't have light. So why not think ahead of the box, outside the box, whatever, and have you a wind-up one or a solar one. So that's something to think about. Also, should have some food in your bag. You say you're gonna pick up and go, make sure you got enough food to get where you're going. You know, if it's gonna take you 1 day or 2 days or 3 days to get there, make sure you have enough food to get there. Make sure you got food there when you get there. That's a pretty important thing too. It's all part of, you know, we're talking about defending. Well, if you can't, if you're not nourished, if your body's not nourished, you're not going to be able to think clear enough to defend your home, whether it be bugging in or bugging out. So think about it. I'm kind of rambling all over the place because I don't know, my mind is just working like that today. So just kind of bear with me, you know. Another thing, and a lot of people don't think about this, is a poncho, a rain poncho, you know, whether it be one of those inexpensive ones that you get at Walmart or whatever that's just like $1. You pull it out of the bag, you put it over your head, or whether it's just a big 55-gallon plastic bag that you poke a hole in and put it over your body. Something, excuse me, you better get a drink. Something that's going to keep you dry if it rains or snows or whatever. I got me a microphone now, so it should, the sound quality should be a little bit better. Also, I don't know what you're going to use for weaponry or whatever, but always make sure you have enough ammunition for it. Whether it be a gun or a shotgun or a pistol, whether it be a crossbow or a longbow or whatever it is, make sure you got enough ammunition for it. And because that's going to come in handy when you come in, when you're going to defend wherever you're at, bugging in, bugging out. Bugging out, you're going to make sure that you have ammunition where you're going. Now, when you bug out, this is another thing I'm probably rambling about, but when you bug out, you don't want to keep your ammunition right in your bug out location. You kind of want to keep your ammunition close to the bug out location, but not in the bug out location out in the open where everybody can see it. Because if somebody finds your bug out location and they start wandering through your stuff, guess what? They're going to take your stuff. So what I've learned to do is take my ammunition, put it in a watertight container, whether it be an ammo box or a plastic bottle that's sealed up or whatever, and take it and bury it 2 to 3 feet deep out in the location itself, so that only you and one other person know where it's at, and that way you can get to it and get it into the location after you get there. That's a very important thing, because otherwise somebody's going to come in there, they're going to take your stuff. I guarantee it. Another thing people don't think about is gloves. Make sure you got gloves. I have those latex ones that I wear for first aid, for if I'm going to make fires or whatever, I have them, you know, to keep my hands clean, things like that. But you also want regular gloves, you know, like the ones I have in my bag are wool, and they are like mittens, and they are really warm. But if you take the mitten part off and you fold it back and you put it on, it's got like a piece of Velcro back here, and you fold it back and lay it on there, then you have just a regular glove without fingers in it, and that's pretty handy. And then also I have just a regular pair of ski gloves, or actually the ones I have, I got them at Walmart and they cost me I think 21 bucks, and they are Kevlar on the backs, and then they are like nylon on the inside, but you can use them real easily, and then your hands don't get banged up either. So those are about 20 bucks at Walmart, and they're pretty cool gloves. So think about that, gloves. Another thing is extra eyewear. As you see, I wear glasses. You want to make sure you have an extra pair of glasses in your bug out bag, but also in your bug out location. I have extra pair here in my bug in location, but at my bug out location I have some also, so extra. Gotta make sure you have extra. Whether it be safety glasses or whatever, you need to have eyewear. Make sure that you're going to protect your eyes. Okay, another thing is make sure you have pen and paper. I've talked about this in other videos, but you want to make sure that you have an ICE card with you at all times, and that's an identification card information, so that people know who you are, they know what medications you take, they know who your next of kin is. They have a phone number on there to contact, and things like that. But not only that, you just have it in there so that if you need to take notes or whatever, you can do that as well. So that's another good thing. And you know, I'm just babbling here, but you know, this all comes into play for the enforcement of your property. All of these things come in when you want to defend your property. Whether you're bugging in or bugging out, it's all going to come in handy. So another thing is a list of all the medications that you take. Make sure you have a list of all the medications you take so that, say somebody comes over, they may have the medication that you need that you don't have, or they know where they can get it for you. So make sure you have a list of all your medications, and then also have a list of friends. Friends where you're bugging in at that live in the vicinity, so that if you're hurt or whatever, they can get a hold of them and they may know where your next of kin is or whatever. And also have a list of those people on your bug out location as well. It may be people that live right around where the bug out location is. It might be people that live where you're bugging in or whatever. But people know who to get in touch with, try to help you out. So these are all things I think are important. So, you know, these are all things that also come into play when you're defending your bug in location or your bug out location. You know, these are all things that are important. You want to defend yourself. The shutter thing, I had somebody come back and say, hey, instead of using wood shutters, have you thought about using metal shutters? Also, they want to make sure that if you're looking out the windows to shoot, what about below the windows? You know, are they going to be able to use a powerful gun and shoot through the house or wherever you're at, your defense spot? Are they going to be able to get through the wall and get to you that way? So they were considering putting steel plates or whatever inside the wall, or maybe up against the wall on the inside, so that while you're shooting out the windows or you're looking out the windows, that they cannot shoot and hit you. So, you know, these are all things that as preppers that we talk about in groups. Groups is another good thing. Find a group to get into. If you don't have a group, find one to get into, you know. What the heck, you know, you're going to need some help. So if you don't have a group, start looking for one, you know. It's not hard. Put it on Facebook. Put it on YouTube. You know, hey, I'm looking for a group. I have these skills. Who's looking to improve their group skills, you know. These are all things that are important. So, you know, defense of your home, making sure you have a skill set, looking for a group. These are all important things to preppers. So, you know, I think that I've talked enough. I'm looking at the counter on my video cam. It says I've talked for 18 minutes, and I put a lot of information out there for 18 minutes. I put some shout outs out there. I want to make sure that you guys understand that everything that I do and I try to tell you guys are for your benefit. I seriously do this to make sure that everybody has the information they need in case we have a disaster. And that doesn't mean a zombie apocalypse or whatever, you know. It means earthquakes or tornadoes or fires, World War III, something, you know. But it's information that comes in handy for all of us. I don't want to lose your attention on the video, so I'm going to stop here. We're going to pick it back up. I am working on a project out in the man cave where I'm going to make a war axe, and I'm going to be shooting some videos on that of how I'm putting that together. So I want to talk about that, and then I want to talk about also, before I get out of here, about the big drawing. It's coming up on us really, really close and really fast. I currently have 66 subscribers to my YouTube channel. I'm hoping to get up to 100 by, I plan on having the drawing by the 1st of next month. So somebody can win this big survival bucket. It'll be like an early Christmas present for one lucky individual. So if you have any friends that like these kind of videos, send them over, you know. If you haven't yourself subscribed to my channel, go ahead and push that subscription button now. And share my videos. I always say share my videos. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you want to leave some comments down below, do that also, because I always answer all the comments I get. Another thing is, I have a way now for you guys to either get some stickers, coffee mugs, or even some t-shirts with a new logo. If you look on my videos on the corners, I have the newest logo captured there, and that will be on the t-shirts I've got out. And so just go to the link down in the description bar and you'll be able to pick those things up. Remember that if you pick something up from me, whether it be a sticker or a mug or a t-shirt, 10% of that purchase price goes to charity, either Make-A-Wish or to Wounded Warriors. So those are two of my very favorite charities, and that's where I send the money to. So okay, that's it. That's it for now. I want you guys to have a super duper day. I want you guys to think about how you're going to defend bugging in or bugging out. Make sure that you have the things that I mentioned in the video. And that's probably about it. I want you guys to have a great day. So until next time, thanks for listening. Catch you on the flip-flop. Bye-bye.